Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing in this quick, very quick update because I got to get into the bowling alley. I'm at the bowling alley parking lot right now, but we start 15 minutes practice, so I'm just going to get this, just got out of the old work. But we want some targets real quick. I'm not familiar with this coin. Just going to sort of look at real briefly, initially get my thoughts on this, right? And initially what I can see here is you had a rising channel. See this real quick? And then after bowling, my man, Mark, we'll look more into this. You can see clearly we're in a rising channel, right? And then something else that looks to me like we had up here when we topped out, we had a left shoulder, a nice head, and a right shoulder, and you would have a slanted neckline, and your technical target would be from the head to the slanted neckline to the point of a breakout, and you can see it actually made that technical target right there. So sometimes what it likes to happen here is the 200 days finally coming in. After you meet a technical target, there's a bounce. It had a bounce, right? Let's go to the daily time frame. It had a bounce. Let's go out more. We need to see this whole thing. It had a nice little bounce there. You see that wick bottom right there, that beautiful wick. If we get the VP, the fixed volume profile, you can see right here, we got right at the mean of the volume. So just in this initial looking at this coin, the thing I would take away from this right now is this red area right here, which is the mean of the trading in the whole coin. If it's above that, you can try to bounce on it in the daily time frame. If you break below that, it's going to be hard to bounce on it, and it's going to act as major resistance, right? So that's the critical area. If you can't hold that little red area, you're likely to come down to the next major area. You can see how you got supported right here last time. This would be your next big downside target. A previous pump right there at $1.26, right? And that $3.08 range is your major resistance and support. If you're above it, it can be support. If you're below it, it's going to be resistance, right? And you can see that $1.26 right at the bottom of the VIX volume range profile, right? Right up there in that little cluster. That's your area that you want to watch out for if it comes down at the next level. But to stay bullish, you got to stay above that $3.08, and then you could try to make a little bit of a move. But if you're below those three moving averages and below that $3.08, that's going to act as major resistance. But we'll get back into in-depth detail into that coin a little bit later on tonight, and just briefly look at XRP for you beautiful people. We can see we bounced off that blue support zone again. A beautiful diagnosis of this pattern as it's been trending down, and this has been your major area of support, right? And the moving averages have been your major area of resistance in a very short time frame with the 37 cents has been major upper resistance and a thorn in the side of XRP for a couple since back in early June, right? You can see all that resistance right there, and that's where you get rejected at more than likely if you got up there. But right now you're coming up against the 200-day moving average with a rising dollar. This would be a spot, again, where you would look for it to get rejected and trade back down towards support. But in the short term, if it breaks up, you're looking at 34.5 cents as your next upper target in XRP. And we'll get into some more coins a little bit later on. I have to get into the bowling alley pieces and love to you beautiful audience.